Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Last night we discussed, or we began the chapter of Sabr from the book Riyad, us-Saliheen, alhamdulillah. And the author Imam Nawawi rahimahullah, he mentioned the first verse, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu usbiru wa sabiru. Oh, you who believe, be patient and persevere. And we mentioned that the ulama, that they said that sabr, patience and perseverance is of three types. The first is to have sabr with regards to our obedience to Allah. To be patient whilst worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That ibadah requires patience. To pray salah correctly with khushu' requires a lot of sabr, as opposed to just praying to get it done with. Attending classes, studying the deen, sitting for a talk, listening, sacrificing your time requires patience. The guy wants to slow down and to pay attention. This is sabr ala ta'atillah. The second category of sabr is as-sabr an maharimillah. Is that we have patience to avoid the prohibitions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where a person prevents his nafs from that which is haram. Where he keeps his nafs, his soul, away from indulging in that which is haram. Because we have nafs that is la'ammaratun bisu', as the Quran speaks about. We have souls that is inclined towards evil. Our nafs may have certain inclinations inside it, desires and wants that is inclined towards haram. And this will differ from person to person. We have different weaknesses that we find within ourselves. So when that nafs inclines towards that which is haram, this is when a person requires a lot of sabr, to keep himself away from fulfilling his desire, to keep himself from falling into that which is haram. This could mean kadhib. Some people, it's a fitna for them. It's easy for them to lie. It's become like a norm for them to lie. So how do they stop? They need sabr. To stop themselves, to know this is a lie, I need to stop. By fearing Allah. Al-ghish fil mu'amalat. Cheating. Deceiving others. In business, in our trade. When we go to work, it's easy for people to get away with things. Cut corners on the job. Nobody will know. This requires sabr. To keep yourself away. Earning that which is haram. Money. It could be from riba. It could mean from any means. It requires sabr to keep yourself away. There may be an opportunity staring you in the face. Allah has put it there as a test. You see there's a great opportunity. If I invest here, I'm going to make money. But you know there's haram elements. It requires a lot of sabr to walk away. You know I'm going to lose out. But this is for the sake of Allah. This requires sabr. Zina, shurbul khamr. Today, cigarettes, smoking, vaping, drugs. These things require sabr to keep ourselves away from it. To keep ourselves away from falling into it. Television, music, things that are widespread, fitan, that's become a norm in our society. For a Muslim to avoid it becomes difficult. If we said we do not watch movies or TV series, or we do not listen to music because it's haram, you would be like a stranger in the society. Correct? We would be like strangers because 90% of the ummah, this is a norm for them. Because there's no sabr to keep themselves away from it. To keep themselves away from it. And so forth. With any other sin, it could be different for each person. Lowering the gaze. Lowering the gaze is something we all know is a sunnah. It's an instruction. Not in the sunnah, it's a fard. But how many of the men and women can actually lower their gaze? How many have the sabr to turn themselves away from looking at the opposite sex? Looking with lust. Yet these are known rulings of the Sharia. So we need sabr to keep ourselves away from the prohibitions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the second form of sabr that Allah Azza wa Jal instructs us with. That is compulsory upon us. We need to develop, become stronger Muslims inshaAllah ta'ala. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal again to make us of the sabireen, the people who have patience and who persevere. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.